Do you know what that experience feels like when you're stuck, when you can't seem to move forward? And people often describe this as, I'm running into a wall. There's this invisible wall in front of me and I can't seem to move past it. Or energetically, you feel that you're being held in the same place. It's this heavy energy and you can't get out of it. So this is a very challenging place to be in, because how do you get unstuck? Because how do you move past this feeling? Because life becomes heavy like this. You start questioning things, you start overthinking things, doubting, hesitating. And if you're not careful, this doubt and hesitation can shift into hopelessness. So that's why it's important that you know, how can I get unstuck from these experiences? And I would say there are two main ways. Of course, there are plenty of ways in which you can do this. But if I would highlight two ways in this video, I would say one is seeing a way forward. When you have that connection to a way forward, you feel the momentum building. Because oftentimes you're in this dark place, this dark tunnel, and you don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. This is often when people feel hopeless or stuck. But when you see that light at the end of the tunnel, even though you're still in the darkness, it gives this feeling of hope, but also this feeling of momentum. And the second thing is experiencing progress. So I'll go deeper into both ways on how you can cultivate this in your life. And also it immediately highlights why you're stuck in the first place. So when you look at seeing a way forward, creating light at the end of the tunnel, is it really that you don't see a way forward right now? So when you are stuck, if you look at your life, you see multiple ways forward. You have your goals, you have your dreams, you know what kind of person you want to become. So you see ways forward of things that you would love to have in life, things that you would love to move towards. But how come that it feels like you don't see a way forward? And this is because you're approaching it from a place of fear. This is the lens that you're looking through. Because you want to make the right decision. You want to go into the right direction. You don't want to make a mistake. Because what even is the right direction? Well, I need fast and easy money maybe. Maybe I need more status. What will people think of me? So fear is really creating this picture in front of you. And that's why you see ways in front of you. It's not that you don't see ways, but none of those ways are good enough. And that is the challenge. Because you start to question the hell out of all of these ways, but none of them will fit into your criteria of keeping you safe, keeping the certainty, making sure that you don't get judged or rejected, making sure that you don't fail, because you don't want to look like a fool in front of other people. You don't want to be seen starting small. So you're operating from fear, and that's why none of those directions are good enough. And this will keep you stuck. This will paralyze you. Because what do? If every single direction is uncertain, you can't make a right decision. And that's when you get stuck. Because from a place of fear, you can't make a right decision. But this is where you can switch it, I believe. When people talk about making a right decision, that often means that there is some kind of judgment of right and wrong, and I want this to happen, I don't want this to happen. But I believe, what if we don't look at making a right decision? What if we look at making a decision that is true? A decision that is true to you, to your goals, your dreams, your heart in this case, because this is my definition of success. Living a life true to yourself, living a life as close to your heart as possible. So what if you would make a decision that is true regardless of the outcome? I believe any decision is the right decision because you will make the decision a right decision. What would it be like if you would approach it from that way? Instead of looking, what is the right decision, the thing that will get me the result, as in, whatever decision I'm going to make, I will make sure that it's the right decision. Like now, you start operating from a different kind of frame, from a different internal state. Because now you're not anxiously looking outward as in, I need to make sure that this is the right thing. What will people think of me? Is this going to get me the results? What if I fail? Like, you don't start questioning in this kind of way, what is true? Instead of going outward, you start going inward. And when you go inward, you derive the confidence from within. Because now you want the confidence from the outside, where once I have the certainty from the outside, then I'll feel confident. But you can get the confidence from within. What decision is true to you? And this is what I guide people to. When they are stuck, when I'm in coaching sessions, I guide them to this place inside of them because they are anxiously looking outward. And that's why they can't seem to make a right decision, because the perspective is outward. You need to go back inward. You are capable of making any decision the right decision. So if that's the commitment, you can't make a wrong decision. And what does that feel like? What does that feel like in general? Let's imagine that you can't make a wrong decision moving forward. Every single decision is the right decision because it will guide you to the place where you are meant to be. And your ego thinks, well, that's when I become a millionaire, that's the right decision. But what if you are meant to be at a different place that you can't see yet, that you only can see when you start moving forward? What if there's, in this universe, a greater path cut out for you that the ego can't see yet? because the ego only thinks about status, about money, about being safe, how do people perceive me. But there is a way deeper purpose there for you. And that's why you want to make a decision that's true, because that decision is guiding you to that place. But the thing is, you don't know what that place is yet. So that's why it requires a lot of faith and a lot of trust. And the ego, the fear, it doesn't have a lot of trust in the uncertainty, because it is showing all the worst case scenarios, and now you want to prepare for all the worst case scenarios, and then you get stuck because you start over analyzing things. But you know your next step forward. You want to be moving into the uncertainty from that hard place. So that's one way of how you can see a way forward, because you already see the way forward, but don't look at it from a place of fear, as in, I need to get a certain thing, and if I don't get the thing, it's wrong. It's like every single decision is the right decision if the decision is true to you. And now you don't have to anxiously think about, oh, what decision is true? Like, because that's where you get stuck as well. You already know. You already know, but it is a scary decision. And that's why when you want to get unstuck, you need to make the bold decisions. You need to make the scary decisions, because this is where you will create an epic life for yourself, an epic adventure in the first place. But also, this is where you feel most alive. This is where you get unstuck, because when you start moving, that's the thing. The place where you get stuck is here in your mind. When you start moving into the uncertainty, you can't get stuck in your mind. You need to be present in the moment, because you need to be prepared for what's going on. If I drop you in a different city, in a different country, you don't start overthinking. You are so present with everything that's happening around you. That's the beauty about being in motion. That's the beauty about pursuing the thing. Because I'm a coach, I often give coaching examples. I talk to a lot of starting coaches. So if they want to get into coaching, what I challenge them to do, get in coaching conversations as fast as possible. Oh, but I don't feel ready yet, and what happens here, and I don't know this, and I don't know that, and then I need to get the certification. So fear starts to create. But when they reach out to a person, that individual says yes, they start preparing for that coaching conversation, and they are in the coaching conversation. They don't have that fear. They are so present with the person in front of them. That's why you don't experience fear. The interesting thing is, in motion, let's say intentional action, there is no overthinking, there is no overanalyzing, because you're responding to everything that's happening around you. So that's why you want to get into motion as fast as possible, which is the second thing. You want to experience progress. How do you experience progress? Not by thinking. You're not going to think your way out of getting unstuck, because the thinking is the thing that creates the stuckness in the first place. So you're not going to think your way out of it. What is the quote again, or the statement? You can't solve a problem in the same place that you've created it. And these kind of problems of being stuck, they are created in the mind. So where do you get rid of them? By being in motion. Get yourself in action. I believe strongly in ABC. Action breeds clarity. You need to get in motion, even though you only see the first step. Even though you only see, I can only send this message and I don't know what's going to happen outside of that or after that. Send that first message. Get in motion. Get into action, because you think you need more clarity to be able to take action, but you have already all the clarity that you need. You need to trust the clarity that you have, and action breeds clarity. You will create all the clarity that you need through action. Not by doing research, not by goal setting, not by planning, not by preparing, not by reading more books, not by watching content, not by getting courses. All of these things don't matter. They will not give you more clarity. They will only create this analysis paralysis, because you bring so many things into your awareness that also could go wrong, and all the problems that you need to solve. So you start to over prepare for all of these problems that aren't even there yet in the first place. No wonder you get stuck. Focus on the thing right in front of you, like right in front of you. Focus on the next step. That's all that you need to focus on. Don't look into the future, that far ahead in the future, and all the problems that might occur, and now I need to prepare for these problems. Focus on your next step, where your feet are. And take this step after step after step, and respond to whatever is happening. Because you are capable enough, you are strong enough to walk, to move with faith, to move with that courage. You are already strong enough. I just received a message on my phone, so that distracted me for a moment. But action breeds clarity. That's the thing. And this is also oftentimes with these type of videos. I can think my way to a perfect script or whatever I want to talk about. But the thing is, whenever I start talking, things start flowing. Because this video, I didn't prepare for this. Like, this was a topic in general that was present for me. How do you get unstuck? By being in motion. That's why you will receive so much clarity, so many answers, and you will also gain so much confidence, because you can see that you're able to trust yourself. And that's the biggest part. You will receive, it's not even about the result. Like that's the thing. Most people, and that's why they get anxious. I need to get this result. When I approach this girl, I need her to say yes. When I reach out to someone or make this proposal, I need them to say yes. I need my money. I need more followers. But this will get you stuck. This will get you so stuck. If you're only focusing on the results, focus on who you're becoming in the process. By making those decisions, by making those bold moves, you will become so confident about yourself. This is the goal. So these kind of shifts that I mentioned in the video, this is what you want to be making. Don't focus overly on the results. They will become a byproduct of the actions that you take. They will become a byproduct of the person that you are becoming in the process. So that's the goal when it comes to getting unstuck. See that way forward. Make that bold move. Make that decision. And if you need help with this, if you need support, I created a free training, the OM method, which is all about the foundation of change. Because change can be overly complicated in personal development. And that's why I created this short free training with short rapid fire videos, not to get stranded in this overconsumption, but for you to really get in connection with the foundation of change. And this is not like any other course where you are left on your own. You will receive a one-on-one strategy session with me to make sure that this works for you, so that you are able to get unstuck and move forward with this training. So if you're interested in something like that, you can click on the link below to read more about it. And I would love to create powerfully with you. So that's it for now.